is a season not only of rejoicing, but of reflection. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. A strong high-pressure system will generate windy conditions across the islands, but for more on your weather outlook, here's Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean.
This weather report is sponsored by Bank of the Bahamas, the bank of solutions.
In our first look at weather, that area of high pressure will maintain moderate breezes across the Bahamas today, but we expect it to shift more towards the east by the weekend and relax, paving the way for the arrival of a frontal system sometime on Sunday. All the details coming up later in the newscast. But outside of our studios, we are under partly cloudy skies. Your temperature 75 degrees, relative humidity at 88%. Easterly winds at 6 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,020.1 millibars. That's 30.12 inches, and it is rising. Your temperatures around the islands this morning: 72s in Marsh, Harbor, Abaco, Great Torquay, and Freeport. The Berry Islands at 77. 77 also in Allenstown, Bimini. 78 in Harbor Island. Rock, Sunny, Lutris, 77. 77 degrees in Otterstown, Canal, Standing Key, Kemps Bay, St. Andrews, also Fresh Creek and Central Andrews reporting 77 degrees. More 77s in San Salvador and Rum Key as we take you into Ragged Island. It gets a little warmer at 79, and that extends into Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Acklands, and Matitadinag. Also, the Turks and Caicos Islands reporting 79 degrees this morning. And if you are flying out this morning, here are some high and low temperatures you're likely to find in some of your favorite cities.
Now, you all know Christmas in the Bahamas ain't gonna be the same without the sound of the gold skin drum. So now, I want all the kings of Jokeroo to take me to Bay Street. Hey, don't give me no little side corner. Take me to Washington Square. Come on, Lola. Come on. Jackson, Ness, Barabbas, Sunny Tribe, Sammy Thompson. All y'all come on, Calvin. They coming.
And that's going to do it for your travel forecast this morning. But now for the boaters, here's how things are going to shape up for you. For the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast winds, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. That will put a moderate chop on the ocean today. High tide takes place at 6:10 this morning with the low tide at 12:35 this afternoon. For the central and southeastern Bahamas today, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, choppy seas at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. So caution flags up for boaters in the central and southeastern Bahamas today. And that's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. You're looking at a live shot of the corner of Shirley Street and Collins Avenue this morning. Traffic is steadily building out there on our streets this morning, but for more on what's happening out there, here's Kelsey Johnson with the Bahamas First Traffic Report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Bahamas. We're here on Shirley Street, right next door to St. Matthew's Church. Now, I can tell you that this particular corridor, it is kind of slow this morning, but things are going to pick up, especially for those persons heading over the Sir Sidney Poitiers Bridge. You'll have to take Church Street to access that particular bridge. Now, joining me this morning, because Sergeant Jerron Thompson was so lazy to get up out of his bed, so he sent Constable Patrick Camp. Constable, can you just tell us exactly what happened overnight and what we can expect heading into the day?
Good morning, Ms. Johnson. Good morning, Bahamas. Within the last 24 hours, we've had some 15 accidents. Because of those accidents, 11 persons were hospitalized. Because of those accidents, one serious. Going into this season, you're absolutely correct. It's slow now, but it's going to pick up. And we ask drivers to please drive with due care and attention. Exercise some patience. Ms. Johnson, we have some bad drivers out there. And we ask that these persons exercise good judgment to assist and help with a decrease in accidents.
Can we see more police visibility on our streets, especially during the nighttime when persons are probably Christmas shopping?
Well, you probably have noticed already an increase in police presence on the streets. And I suspect you're going to see even more of that. Also, we are going to be conducting some speed checks to assist and to further assist in reference to the way persons through the streets.
Now, this particular corridor, Shirley Street, there's a lot of little trenches that work utility companies use. Talk about the safety tips heading in around those.
Just pay attention. Just pay attention. Exercise, like I say, do pay attention. And patience, man. These persons, and you've probably seen it yourself as you travel through the street. Persons will blow you out the way. They will come with their vehicles. They will use obscenity towards you. And in most times, they're not really going anywhere that important. Or in most cases, where they go and it's just a minute away. All right.
I've noticed that when I'm on the red light, persons will just blow before the light, even try to change. Is there any penalty or anything? Because it's annoying to some drivers.
It is annoying, and I'm gonna say this for persons who are also making the left turn on the traffic light. It does assist with the flow of traffic. However, you have to remember, give way to those drivers that has the right of way on their green lane. Persons who are pedestrians and who have the right of way. We've had a number of accidents that occur because persons are making a turn on the red lane, not paying attention and not giving way to the persons who has the right of way.
All right, thank you so much, Constable Kemp. Like LaDon, he said there's a number of safety tips that will be issued by police officers and especially those of the Road Traffic Department. So we're going to toss it back into the studio to you and let you know that it is Safety Week and we want everybody out there in the Bahamas to be safe. Back to you in the studio, LaDon.
Well, Kelsey, now into our top story this morning. Applying for Bahamian passport is being made much easier. The passport office has launched the renewal of e-passports online. The upgrade also comes with a help desk to assist with the processing of inquiries from the public. Acting Chief Passport Officer Sayoben Dean.
Our EPIC system is beyond ICAO requirements and is far-reaching in innovations in travel documents as we strive to produce a service that would advance the country's national development and growth. In this technology-driven environment, the government is keen, through the introduction of the online portal, to make the applicant's experience smoother, safer, and faster, and to provide solutions that are relevant to our citizens' dynamics and needs.
Dean added that the phase 2 of the upgraded e-passport system is underway.
We will soon add to this celebrated initiative the second phase of the online portal, which will include the renewal of e-passports for minors. We now expect the passport experience to be a more pleasant one. We anticipate that persons, especially those who are technologically savvy, will breathe sighs of relief and be happy to take advantage of this innovation.
Legislation has made its way through Parliament that would allow the Bahamas Power and Light Company to acquire funding to refinance its legacy debt. The Electricity Rate Reduction Bond Act 2019 was passed in the Senate but did not get the full support of the opposition. It establishes a legislative framework for BPL to raise $650 million through a rate reduction bond, and the Bahamas Rate Reduction Bond Limited will serve as the issuer. After a summer plagued with numerous blackouts, Attorney General Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel said the funds will help to address some critical areas. In other news, displaced residents from Grand Bahama and Abaco will be provided with accommodations. 110 inter-shelter domes will be erected to serve as temporary housing for qualified persons on those two islands affected by Hurricane Dorian. Individuals will be selected based on their needs. Applications for the domes can be collected from the Department of Social Services. Assessments have been completed for Grand Bahama but are ongoing over there in Abaco. Bahamians who distinguish themselves through service in the areas of health, religion, business, education, politics, and other sectors received their warrants of appointment during the Queen's birthday honors at Government House yesterday. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, thanked all of the honorees for their dedicated service to nation building. A major milestone for a past president of the Bahamas Christian Council, pastor of Cousin McPhee Cathedral, Reverend Ranford Patterson, is celebrating his 24th pastoral anniversary. Yesterday, church members, family members of the Bahamas Christian Council, parliamentarians, and friends turned out for a ceremony to mark the special occasion. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, applauded Reverend Patterson for his service in the religious community.
The call to service is often a faint and quiet stirring in the depths of our heart. But as we grow, the call to service becomes even stronger, a voice in our hearts and our souls, which leads us to commit our lives to something bigger and something greater than ourselves. Oftentimes, this call is made stronger when we witness the examples and the living testimony of those who have spent their lives serving others.
President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernander, and overseer of the United Christian Cathedral, Bishop Albert Hepburn, spoke about Dr. Patterson's contributions as the former president of the Bahamas Christian Council.
God has used this president, this preacher, this pastor, to usher the Christian Council to a place that our esteemed president has declared in this house. He showed us what it was to stand when everybody else was sitting.
Reverend Patterson has served the Bahamas for 6 great years, in my opinion, one of the greatest presidents of the Bahamas Christian Council. He changed the standard. Now, I'm not reading off any paper, that's in my head. He changed the standard of the Bahamas Christian Council.
And coming up in the morning edition, still deciding on that decor for your home this Christmas? Well, we've got all the answers and some useful tips, so stay close.
It started with an idea: better shipping and more personalized service. Before long, Betty K became a leading Bahamian-owned and operated carrier, serving the capital 3 days a week and Providenciales every Friday. Just a heartbeat from Miami Airport. 2 Miami locations means no more long lines. Betty K is your one-stop palletized cargo shop in Arawak Key, with 20 and 40-foot containers and flat tracks and secure boxes for home shoppers. It's clear to see why Betty K has been #1 for almost a century.
Introducing a secret that's been around for 30 years. It's AG Electric. It's the most trusted source for lighting, electrical supplies, fixtures, and home accessories. Some may know it as the place along Jerome Avenue with the big Junkanoo piece outside.
Yeah, Kyle, you're getting your house fixed up, eh?
But it's the inside that's gonna amaze you. They've got outdoor and indoor lighting solutions, ceiling fans, furniture, and so much more. So the next time you have a home project or see the big Junkanoo piece, think AG Electric.
Rolls Auto Parts, Hardware and Accessories have expanded its brand to include home and hardware essentials. Browse the many aisles for dinette sets, microwaves, bedding supplies, and so much more. We also stock plumbing supplies, electrical fittings and fixtures, and gardening tools for all of those needed repairs. Located East Street South. Telephone 392-1121-4. Come in and let us serve you today.
Will waves be banned? No. Plastic bottle? No. Things like saran wrap? No. Plastic surgery? Garbage bag, Ziploc bag, baggy bag which you make baggy in? No. Cup and baggy forever. As long as it's not within the forbidden, it's straight. Contact the ministry today to speak at your event, gathering, or workplace so they can educate you on the 2020 plastic ban.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, your hottest place on the planet for rims, tints, tires, and auto sales. We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Track Lights, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king. Blessed luck.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters located on Burnett Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you. Offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Burnett Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Well, many Bahamians are now shopping for Christmas ornaments, lights, or holiday pillows to give their home or businesses that festive look. The Morning Edition team stopped by Decorators Decor to chat with prominent decorator Linda Stubbs on how you can make the season and your environment a little bit brighter. Helping Bahamian families select the right holiday decor to make their homes and businesses coincide with the Yuletide season is a passion for fashionista, interior designer, and owner of the Decorator's Den, Linda Stubbs. Already, Stubbs is hard at work with her creative hat on planning to make at least 20 homes look magical for the holidays. She says while green, red, and gold are the basic colors for the traditional Christmas decor, there are some new colors and lights that are trending this time around.
The trends set by the designers internationally are royal blues, navy blues, golds, silvers, white, big colors this year. I'm introducing a line of LED lights. You've heard it said that BPL is going to increase by some $30 per household. I will hasten to say it will end up being a lot more than that. The LED lights are kind of costly. When I say that, a 9-foot strand of lights will run you into about $45. They only burn 6 watts of electricity. Here is what we call the crab lights. Now, this is the latest trend, and this is what I want those who didn't rush to do their tree early or for Thanksgiving, but you can use it however. This is just a normal strand of lights, like your incandescent lights, but it burns so much less. But you're getting so much more. Look at it. It's an actual garland of lights. And if one of these tiny little bulbs blow out, it does not affect this strand of lights. The other beauty about this is that it's remote controlled. So you can set your lights to blink however you would like. And then you have a number of colors. So whichever color you want to feature, you can do so.
And to fill her cup of creative juices, the decoration mogul attends international trade shows in the United States each year. And so to avoid any misses this Christmas on how to properly decorate your Christmas tree, Stubbs gave these tips to consider.
I pulled this together while you were here, just so that you see the varieties. Now, rather than just sticking to the royal blue, whites, and silvers, etc., I decided to put a pop of burgundy. Some people call it cranberry, whichever one works for you. And we highlighted it with golds. We have a bit of silver going on in here. We have we have some ice. There is no law in how you can pull a tree together. The idea is to be sure that the elements that you use, they blend well, they work well together. You use a variety of textures, and you can have a beautiful tree.
But if that wasn't festive enough, Stubbs says she hopes to one day transform a popular part of the city with holiday decor pretty soon.
I haven't had my shot at Bay Street yet, but it's coming. And when it comes, the whole Bahamas is going to be metamorphosized that Christmas, because the whole area will be transformed.
Now, if you're traveling or dropping off relatives at the Lynden Pendling International Airport, you may have noticed a fly-high mural of several beautiful pink flamingos lining the fence of the old airport terminal building. It's all a part of the Nassau Airport Development Company's efforts to make the airport perimeters more environmentally friendly. Popular Bahamian artist Antonius Roberts talked about how the initiative got started.
We'll do an experiment where we create paintings. We'll use the surface of the screen and paint on the screen, so at least when people are driving up to the airport, they don't see just the bland green screen, but they get a sense that there's something exciting going on. And so what I did was, as a result of working with a lot of young people, I thought I would engage as many of the young artists, budding artists, in particular the students from the University of the Bahamas who participated in my summer art immersion, and I thought I would give them an opportunity to engage in this creative experiment and experience. And so we discussed it and we came up with the idea, well, seeing that this is the airport, this is our premier airport, why don't we celebrate what we would call our, one of our national symbols, and a national bird, which is a flamingo, and have the flamingo just flying high above the clouds.
Some of the students involved in the Flying High mural initiative talked about the work currently in progress.
We decided to use flamingos and, the trees to make it a part of nature, and we wanted to blend into the sky.
And from there, we gathered the thought of putting flamingos, where, as you know, inside we have the flamingos, so we decided to bring it outside and allow the natives and allow other tourists to see it and make sure the area is much more beautiful.
And it looks like Christmas came early for some kids over in Exuma, jam-packed with all the fun, fixings, and a special visit from the North Pole. Antoine Smith has more.
Unwrapping Christmas gifts early may get you on the naughty list, but on the island of Exuma, it's a sign you've been extra nice.
And they said it was better in the Bahamas.
Young students from Exuma ushered in the Christmas spirit through song and dance, while anxiously waiting for St. Nick and the elves to answer their Christmas wishes early. And answer he did, ditching the sleigh, opting to rush in instead with a Junkanoo parade.
The children in Exuma, we heard, have been so good this year, and they've been so patient, and most of them, I heard, have been doing very well in their schoolwork. So Santa decided they deserve something very special.
Ho, ho, ho!
The annual visit from Santa and Mistress Claus is something Sandals Emerald Bay General Manager Jeremy Mutton says both he and Sandals staff look forward to. But this time around, the visit was extra magical.
Some of them have moved over from Abaco, from Freeport. We can't imagine what they went through this year, and just to see the energy, the enthusiasm, the fun, the spirit, to me and to all of us here, that's what Christmas is all about. So it really is one of our calendar events that we all look forward to.
And with new additions to the island this year, over 700 kids on Great Exuma and the Keys received their well-deserved treats.
I like it because you come here and enjoy with all the hard work that you did all year.
It's Sandals, and kids don't really get to go here like that, so it's once a year opportunity for us.
But through all the fun, gifts, and celebrations, the Stellar students were not lost on the true reason for the season, a lesson they are taught every day and one reinforced by District Superintendent Pamela Gort.
Children, all of you are loved, and that's the most important thing you need to know at this time in your life. Feel the love that's coming not only from your parents at home, your teachers in school, but also the community.
Well, Santa's early visit is done, and the 25th is still days away. But thanks to Sandals and Santa, Exuma kids are clinging to a little bit of holiday magic, holding them over till Christmas Day. Antoine Smith for ZNS Network News.
Thanks a lot, Antoine. The morning edition now turns to some health tips to consider if you're hoping to lose a few pounds before the holidays. Here's Cleopatra Murphy.
It may seem to be just the latest eating trend, but intermittent fasting has its benefits. It has been gaining in popularity in recent years as people look to either lose weight, reset their metabolic rates, or improve their overall health. Owner of Live Well Family Health Center, Dr. Darius Bain, says it is simply a method of dietary adjustment.
You limit your eating time to a certain amount of hours, so you give your body at least an 8-hour period without having to digest any new food.
Bain, who opened his family medicine practice 2 years ago, practices intermittent fasting himself, eating 2 full meals at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. However, he starts patients on an 8-hour eating window with a first meal at 12 or 2 p.m. with their final meal between 6 and 8 p.m.
If you do a 12 to 8 fast, and that's what it's commonly called, your fasting period is in the morning time when you have cortisol, which is a stress hormone that causes visceral fat deposition and insulin resistance, as well as you have glucagon and working in your body to help make sure that your blood sugar levels are stable. So if you can be fasting at that time and not taking in food, you actually store less fat and you burn more fat.
Nutritionist Shay King further explains how intermittent fasting works.
The purpose behind this eating trend really is designed not to really focus on what you're eating, but when you're eating, to give the body a chance to rest its digestive system and allow the body to actually burn calories from the existing weight that the body has to rest and to rejuvenate.
Bain says during the time you're not eating, it allows the body to reduce exposure to new insulin, helping to reverse or decrease insulin resistance, while also taking away cravings, and also allows the body to work more effectively and efficiently and heal better. The family medicine physician says he has seen notable changes in some of his patients with the intermittent fasting coupled with lifestyle changes.
We've seen almost 80% of our diabetics reversed from some people were on insulin and no longer take insulin. And we've even started to reduce the pill burden on a lot of clients as well. So it's something that it's getting more and more exposure in the literature. More and more people are talking about it.
Bain says many people already practice intermittent fasting without knowing, but with more Bahamians showing an interest in living a healthier lifestyle, the practice can become more popular here at home. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Also from the sector, a medical breakthrough is available locally for many males who suffer from the side effects of diabetes. Antoinette Smith joins us live in studio with the latest. Good morning, Antoinette.
Thank you, LaDon. Well, according to the World Health Organization, 150 million men worldwide suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's more than 18 million men in the United States. And according to our next guest, at least 35,000 men right here in the Bahamas suffer from the same condition. So joining us live in studio is urologist Dr. Gregory Pinto, who's going to tell us about the newest innovation in dealing with this issue. Welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning, Bahamas. Thank you for having me.
That is quite a large number of Bahamian
And
males.
that is probably a conservative estimate, so the numbers are probably a lot higher than that. So every man at some point in their life is going to have to face erectile dysfunction. We have a very high incidence of diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, sickle cell. All of those can lead individually or collectively to erectile dysfunction. There's several lines of treatment, but here I'm here to announce that we're rolling out the last resort. So this is the bionic penis. This is a self-concealed, basically penile implant. I know this is the Christmas season, but in the spirit of Easter, I want to tell Bahamian men that they can always rise again. Not only rise again, but rise again better, stronger, and longer than they've ever risen before. So there's no need for so many Bahamian men to live in silence with profound erectile dysfunction, never getting any erection again. They live their life basically as a social piranha. They've ruined their relationship, poor self-esteem. This is a minimally invasive procedure where we can put a self-contained advanced 3-system device with a reservoir of fluid, 2 chambers in the shaft of the penis itself, with an activating and deactivating device within the scrotum. Essentially, you can feel this button in your scrotum yourself. You can press it, and you can be up for as long as you want. You have the same sensation. You can ejaculate, have the same orgasm. You can have children. This is for all age groups. So this is the last resort. We have sickle cell disease affecting young men, might be 20 years old. They'll never get an erection again. As well as we can go to men in their 90s because of hypertension, atherosclerosis, never getting an erection again. So you can always rise again. We're also rolling this out as medical tourism, not only for the local market of the Caribbean, but North America, South America, Europe, predominantly France, Germany, and United Kingdom. So this is a major innovation that has been around since 1973, but this is the latest and most advanced version of it. So your partner cannot even feel that you have the device. You cannot see that you've had the device. The device can be placed minimally invasively in 20 to 60 minutes. You can go home. It can be done as an outpatient procedure with minimal recovery, and you can be back in the saddle again better than you ever were in the past.
As you've said before, this device has been around for quite a while.
Yes, but this it's gone through many versions. This is the most advanced version of it.
And so it's sort of new to us here in the Bahamas.
Yes, it's not science. It's not science fiction. It's a reality. You, as a man, there are thousands of Bahamian men who have no erection or very poor erections. Obviously, this is the last resort. We'll go through several lines of treatment. If no other line of treatment has worked, and the first line of treatment is treating the cause. Erectile dysfunction has a cause. If it's uncontrolled diabetes or poorly controlled diabetes or hypertension, it can be the result of prostate cancer or curative treatment, whether it's radiation or surgery or colorectal surgery as well. So there's a long list of causes of erectile dysfunction, but we must treat the root cause. We say that erectile dysfunction is the window of the heart. So you can pick up heart disease, atherosclerosis, many years before it affects your heart or your brain by it presenting with erectile dysfunction, because the clogging of the arteries will affect the smaller vessels, which involve the vessels supplying the penis, way before the large coronary arteries that supply the heart or the blood vessels that supply the brain. So this can prevent you from getting a stroke 20 years down the road or getting a heart attack 20 years down the road by getting your erectile dysfunction worked up and making sure that we treat the root cause so it doesn't get worse and we can treat the other causes effectively.
Yeah, this is a topic that many people don't like to discuss publicly.
Yes.
So have a lot of Bahamian men met this with resistance, or are they quite positive about this and have shared interest in this new innovation?
Unfortunately, many men will suffer in silence 5, 10 years, and it's usually their partner. So the erectile dysfunction, couples go through it. It's not just the man. But my take-home message is that you don't have to give up. You can always rise again. No one needs to know. So this whole innovation we're presenting anonymously. So we use fake names. No one needs to know your business. It's a quick, minimally invasive procedure. You come in, you go, and your life is changed positively forever. And then the cornerstone of my practice is confidentiality. So I've heard it all. I've seen it all. Nothing is going to change the expression on my face. Compassion, comprehensive care. We can get you back to where you once were. You're not, in fact, better than you ever were before.
Well, so when can we expect the first procedure to be done? This rollout is throughout December, and it's going to be the routine, hopefully, in this country every week or every other week, not just for foreigners, but for local Bahamians as well. So within 10 days, we're going to do the first set of procedures. What's the numbers like of people on the market just looking to?
I have right now a waiting list of almost 60 local patients and almost 80 foreigners. So it's an overwhelming first rollout. So this is just going to continue.
When can we, is there an expected date? Will medical studies be published about this?
It's widely, so this has been going on for 40 years. So this is a proven device. Boston Scientific has the most advanced, innovative device right now. So you can Google it and you'll have 80,000 articles on bionic penis or erectile dysfunction related with penile prosthesis. So this is not science fiction. This is something that is scientifically proven. Over 500,000 men worldwide have had a bionic penis implant.
So this is something that Bahamians, men in general, all over the world, should not be timid about.
It should not be timid. It should not be something that they should be afraid because it's minimally invasive. No one's going to know that you have it. Your partner cannot feel that you've had it. No one can look at you and see that you've had it. Only you would know that you have the device. And as I said, you can rise to the occasion whenever you want for as long as you want. So you can be 80 years old and you can have an erection, a full erection for as long as you want. This device also is the only device in the market that I'm using that can actually increase your length by 25%. So it can make you longer, stronger, and better than ever before. bionic penis.
Well, thank you, Dr.
Thank you very
Pinto,
much for having
sharing that insight. If you want to read more about it, of course, you can check that study out in the Boston Medical Journal, as he said. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio, LaDon.
Thanks a lot, Antoinette. And still to come, we're taking you live in the shacks as Junkanoo preparations continue. So stay close.
We fuse the passion, the pride, and the rhythm of Junkanoo with the beer of the Bahamas to answer one question. Who are we? We are Junkanoo. Represent your group today and purchase a limited edition 16-ounce Collect Junkanoo can from your neighborhood 700 wines and spirits store or your favorite watering hole.
The natural resources of the Bahamas play a critical role in supporting Bahamian livelihoods. For example, the fishing and tourism industry, which include fishermen, seafood exporters, hoteliers, dive operators, restaurants, and others. Collectively, they generate approximately $1.5 billion a year. Therefore, we must respect and preserve what we have. These resources belong to us.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
So let's all do our part to maintain our local economy and a good quality of life. Remember, if we take care of nature, nature will take care of us.
When I got the call of what CSCA was doing with the Give Back Girl project, I immediately said yes.
I didn't want to bring the go. And I told CSCA, I don't know if I could go to Abaco. I don't know. I know I would just be an emotional wreck.
Hey guys, I need help.
The difference this time, it was a lot larger. These projects take a lot to make happen.
Well, with a lot of anticipation, but I kept looking.
We had volunteers near and far.
It was important for everyone to be on the same page, to be organized.
The police said, hey, you all were here all day, and someone was able to come in and plant something, and the dog found it.
Without people like CSCA, the world would be pretty much messed up.
See, there's the things y'all gotta watch.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The drums are heating up and cowbells are ringing. Kelsey Johnson is live with members of the Genesis Warhawks. Good morning again, Kelsey.
For Naren, I never pronounced your name right. Good morning, LaDon. Good morning, Bahamas. I done cut out. Man, you see this hat? I do this. LaDon, I ready for bed. I'm ready for bed. But listen, before I get there, I gotta, LaDon, so many things I gotta do today. Listen, I'm a shock rat, LaDon. I'm a shock rat. I'm in Genesis Shock, and we are getting ready for Bay Street. You know what this is called? It's called priming the cardboard. I think I'm using the right word. You got to paint it up first. You got to put some white on it, and then we can put some gray paper. We can use some glue. Man, listen, Joe Glue coming, you know. know, I've been in here all night. LaDawn, don't mind the makeup. Yeah, I do my little traffic this morning. I bed right here in the shop. They do all kind of things in the shop. I telling you, this Genesis group, LaDawn, they so ready. Listen, they can be number 2 on Boxing Day. LaDawn, they tell me, say, Kelsey, don't get yourself dirty. So they put all kind of blue things around me. Man, I tell you, I ready for big. And LaDawn this year's theme with Genesis, what they call shotgun wedding, eh? Who getting married in the morning? Getting married?
Listen, the wedding is going to be, Vera Wine wouldn't have nothing on Genesis in the morning. Vera Wine would want to contract the Genesis after the wedding comes down Bay Street. Our beautiful brides, our beautiful props, our banner from the banner, everybody out there would want to be a bride.
I ain't got no ring.
That's okay. We have rings for you. We have all of the rings that you need.
I want carrots.
Plenty bling will be on Bay Street.
Now, LaDawn, if you thought I was playing when I tell you I sleep in the shop, you see my boy, Mama.
Hey, open up.
Hold on.
Mama, you ready?
What's up with that,
Listen, this Genesis crew,
It's no time to sleep. We don't sleep. Mama, let's go to the pump and tote water. It was no time to sleep. Oh, Jesus, and our good chairman reach. Chairman don't sleep.
Listen, number 2. That's a hard act to follow after they say the world famous Valley Boys are coming out first. So tell me how you prepare for Bay Street for that number 2, making sure that you're out the gate on time, and that you get that Shirley Street performance. And listen, Ross, show me that Rawson Square move if you're ready. Man, I ain't ready, man. You got it. See?
I could be in a dress. What's wrong with you? I have to be a lady. I have to be. Shh, don't.
I won't be the bridesmaid too.
But okay, let's deal with her. See if we could just get her waist size, get everything ready. Mama, bring the cardboard.
Here comes the bride.
No, you can't be the bride. You have to be the bridesmaid. See, these bridesmaids always this is a problem. Make sure check up. Right, good.
I hope Genesis.
You got them.
I hope Genesis ready. You measuring?
We ready. Trust me, we are.
Valley say when they finish, Bay Street mash up. Ain't the road them dig up.
Listen, all we have to tell Valley, don't look back. Trust and believe, because we could. Listen, this year we are going to take everybody nerves.
You sure?
We ain't scared. We've been here. God has put us here 5 years now, and we are not scared. We are not babies anymore. We are not toddlers. We are ready for Bay, and we come in stupid. You ask about how we're going to be ready. Logistics. We already have our plan. Our lead marshal team with Nate and everybody, Jipko, we have ready, set out the strategy. Our costumes are immaculately ready. We're almost there. Oh, our good chairman is here. We don't sleep. I'm telling you, it's time for Bay. So, y'all, just hold on. We coming.
You tell the public how I cut this out.
Yeah, and
Chairman, she can't that little bit.
Pretty good job at it too.
I do that.
A pretty good job at it too.
Just talk about the sponsorship. Is it hard, getting sponsorship, especially for a young group? I mean, you got a hard act to follow.
I mean, sponsorship really is hard, especially this year after the hurricane. It's hard to get sponsorship. But knowing the people in the group and who out there know people who could get some funds into the group, myself, the company where I work, all us trying to make sure that the show go on.
And you talk about Dorian. I'm wondering why a number of groups didn't go with that theme this year. Why did you decide to go with the shotgun wedding theme?
Because when Dorian came, Junkanoo is something you have to plan. And you've been in planning stages. We've been in planning stages in February. So from in February, you plan, you get your whole concept together, backline, lead costumes, banner, and them type of stuff. So you done in the trench of your foundation or what you're trying to bring. So really to switch it up, it will be sort of hard.
Now the cardboard, where do we get all these things from? And sometimes the plane don't land till late with the money, man. So how you all do this?
Boy, it's a love.
Yes.
It's commitment and love. For our Bahamian people, We really do some things. Us Junkanous, I talking about each and everybody make serious sacrifice to make sure that the show get on the road.
Now, Mama, I spoke to Darren Bastian yesterday, and if y'all know that loud-mouth man from Gaza Strip where they call the family, he even tell me sing this song, family, lay. So I was getting do that on, like this on Rawson Square. But tell me and show me what you can do for the people, because they say Genesis ain't ready.
Well, everybody know what's happening this way. Once Mama on the show, this one called Shut Long. Hey, listen, Warhawks to the world. 2020, 2019, this is going to be our most successful season. I am here and I approve this message. Mumra is going to tell you that lead is gone. Step down is gone. Free dance, gone. Choreograph, gone. Warhawks,
all day.
That's how this go, man.
Hey, they say Genesis to the world. Hey, listen, to the Google.
Indeed.
Genesis to the Bahamas local. That's what y'all ain't even know. But let me let you know. Practice tonight. What time, where, and how?
Listen to me. Y'all want to get the little taste of it? Come on out. We invite everybody out tonight, 9:30, Arawak Key. Come and enjoy yourself. Trust me. Everybody's scared of this little group. You know, small acts. It's cut down big tree.
Oh, yeah.
Think I can get on your front line?
All day we dancing and we don't need no...
Hey, LaDon, I having so much... Nah, listen, I got to go back to pacing. You think these things getting on the cardboard by itself, hey, LaDon, I can toss it back to you? Because, listen, you see me, I got so much working here to do. Genesis. Back to you in the studio, LaDon. It's Junkanoo time.
Kelsey seems to be having a great time out there, but boy, Johnny, I don't know, the Genesis Warhawks going up against some big boys.
Yeah, they're in the big group now. Yeah.
So what's coming up in sports?
Well, another big night for Buddy Hield. They came down to a buzzer beater last night against the Houston Rockets.
All of that and more ahead in sports.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal.
Welcome to sports, everybody. We start off in the NBA. Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings playing in the back end of a back-to-back last night in Houston against the Rockets, coming off a big win over the Dallas Mavericks on Sunday. The Kings carrying that momentum over as they were locked in once again. This one coming down to the final shot of three, which the Kings sank at the buzzer for a 119-118 win. Buddy going 10 of 19 from the field, 6 for 13 from behind the three-point arc. He finished up with a side-high 26 points to go along with 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in 33 minutes. Buddy spoke about the game winner after the game.
He's trying to play where he can get a baseline screen, and also James is holding me, and I think that other than that, if I wasn't open, Harrison was subbing baskets, so I think that created confusion for them to help, and that's natural reaction, like to react to something like that. And after that, he popped open, and he was able to dog that deep went in. It was a great shot, man. Thank God for the win. It was a great one to get.
The final 2 undefeated teams meeting over the weekend in the Providence Basketball Association. The Commonwealth Bank Giants up against the University of the Bahamas Mingos. Mingos got down early and just didn't have enough gas in the tank to make a comeback. UB Falls 107-87.
We ran into a very good offensive Giants team. They're very skilled at every position, and we allowed the team to get too far ahead of us early in the game. We talked about trying to keep it close, but we didn't have the discipline offensively early on. be paid for it. Whenever you're battling back from 20 down, 15, 16 down, whenever you're battling back the entire game, sometimes, you know, you get a good run, but you can't sustain it because of your legs, your fatigue. Tonight, we only went, maybe 8 deep, so players were fatigued. It's difficult to come back from that kind of deficit the entire game.
The Mingo's volleyball squad also on court over the weekend, taking on the Lady Truckers. The Truckers got out fast and easily took the first two sets, 25-13 and 25-11. The Mingos would fight back, and they took a close third set, 25-23. The Mingos giving it their all in the fourth set, but the Truckers weren't about to go the distance. They closed it out 25-21 to improve to 5-3 on the season. The loss drops the Mingos to 2-6. Stefan Knowles dominating the best of the best regatta, winning all three classes. It was quite a feeling for the Long Island skipper as he made a strong statement against his counterparts, especially those from Exuma.
They always had a saying back in the day that Long Island people could build boats, but they can't sail them. You know, we've been building boats from regatta started, before the regatta started, you know. We sold a lot of boats over time to the Exuma guys, and they would always beat us in our own boats. That's why they said that. But I always told them, you know, sometimes, like my dad always say, you can't win too much. So sometimes he would allow people to win. Those guys back in the day were more humble. Nowadays, if they beat you one race, they like to brag a lot. So sometimes I just go out there and you say, you know what? I just can't win anyhow.
While Stefan was at the tiller, he had a strong crew behind him as well.
Oh, it feels great, man. It's you know, in the C class, we didn't dominate the first 3 days as always, but we came through the day when the breeze came down. And in the, you know, the chase is always dominant in the B class, but in the A class, it feels good. They put a 4 straight on those guys.
Those fellas talked us bad for the last 4 months. We win Rollville, then we sunk in Long Island, and then they said the game is finished. Where we finish from now? Finish first, right?
Minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable Michael Pintard, taking in some of the best. He saw this year's event as a somewhat changing of the guard.
We want to recognize the likes of Chris Roll. We have a 15-year-old who made it to the finals this year in the best of the best regatta. We want to celebrate him. We want to celebrate Will Perotti, 2 persons from Exuma who demonstrate that age ain't nothing but a number. They represent the best of our young people. They represent the best of you and I that we have poured into them. And to the extent that we can get more of our young people to take their productive time and put it into activities that can be transformative for them, their families, and the communities that they belong to, we would be on the road to transforming this country into the best little country on the globe.
The best of the best, not the only regatta held in the capital last week. The Star Sailors League Finals also taking center stage.
The Star League has been very important to the Bahamas. The Star Sailors League have come to the Bahamas. I believe this is now their 7th year. The best sailors from around the world, Olympic medalists, World Championship medalists, sail in Montague Shore along with Bahamian sailors who, not too far away, demonstrate that we could compete with the best from around the world.
Some of the brightest stars in Bahamian track and field on showcase over the weekend during the B3's Masqueraders weekend. It all culminated with a ball on Sunday night. Terrence Jones and Anthea Charlton, 2 of the athletes who excelled in 2019.
Probably was the best season I ever had. It went way better than I actually thought it would. Like I was strong both mentally and physically, and I was able to produce a good season through God.
At the start of the season, my first track meet, I qualified for Grifta, and after that meet, I wasn't doing too well, so I didn't have high expectations for Grifta. And going into Grifta, it's kind of doubtful, but still confident at the same time. And after the heat of my 100, that gave me a boost in confidence, and I knew I could do it. And Mexico, that wasn't too well, but I still had confidence in myself, and I won my long jump.
For B3A's boss, Dromiko Archer, all roads now heading towards 2020.
I think that we have to understand the power of the human tongue and the power of just help. If we can continue to support our athletes and to sit down and come out to a track meet and to bring your families out there, that's nothing more inspirational than that. But more specifically, we're looking at how we can put together the best relay pool that we possibly can. The Bahamas is known to be giants at the Olympic level for our relays. And then, of course, we want to continue to encourage the junior athletes to replace those senior athletes. And so 2020 is a particularly fun year for us, but it's also going to be a very challenging year. My expectations are always very high. Some don't like that. But I expect more from our athletes, more from our coaches, and more from the Bahamian community. And I think that when we give more, we'll see more.
That's a look at sports. The morning edition comes back after the break.
What you see on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, and programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcasted by this television station. The code is available on IRCA's website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
In our final look at whether that high pressure across the Bahamas will continue to produce moderate breezes for the next few days, and then it will start backing off towards the east. That will relax the winds as we head into the weekend, and that will pave the way for the arrival of this frontal system, which is dropping down over the southern United States. That will get here sometime on Sunday morning, bringing a cool down heading into the early part of next week. But today we're going in for partly sunny, a bit breezy conditions, high temperature reaching about 82 degrees, and tonight we're looking at clear and mild conditions, low temperature around 70 degrees, and extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. Beautiful weather. Clouds start to increase on Friday ahead of that frontal system, but the front gets in here, as we said, on Sunday morning, and you will see those temperatures once again getting down into the mid-60s, and if the clouds clear up fast enough, we could see some low 60s by the middle part of next week. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. You're looking at a scenic view overlooking the Nassau Harbor this morning, and that does it for us this morning on this terrific Tuesday morning. For the entire Morning Edition team, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great day, everyone.
The natural resources of the Bahamas play a critical role in supporting Bahamian livelihoods. For example, the fishing and tourism industry, which include fishermen, seafood exporters, hoteliers, dive operators, restaurants, and others. Collectively, they generate approximately $1.5 billion a year. Therefore, we must respect and preserve what we have. These resources belong to us.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
This is my livelihood.
So let's all do our part to maintain our local economy and a good quality of life. Remember, if we take care of nature, nature will.